Well, let's just say I'm not the only like girl he ever like attacked or physically touched.
When he responded, there's a chat where he says that you said to his family and him that you're 22.
Yeah, his brother tried to like flirt with me as well, so he just told me all the family tea. She also knows that what her brother does. That's why he attacked me. That's why he attacked me. He just had this rage moment and he just went all in it.
How old are you really?
He told me I needed to be more exclusive to be able to fuck with a boss like him. Those were the exact words. 'Cause I was gonna get paid to lie about the strap-on. It was like 10,000. But Shamara, she was actually like being really nice to me during the pregnancy, so I didn't expect her to tell the lies that she stole. He was like calling me bitch, and I'm like, what? My real issue, which was the abuse and the fact that he like really put his hands on me.
Just the fact that you got beaten up, and then
He said like, yeah, she was doing balloons while she was pregnant, she was smoking.
Why did you post that TikTok? What were you trying to gain from it?
And he was like really doing some fucked up stuff.
Something got leaked?
Yeah.
What got leaked?
So she never knew, or she knew?
Oh no, she still doesn't know.
Actually, I don't give a shit.
Good man, community. Welcome back to another lovely, beautiful, sexy, amazing video of the equally lovely, equally beautiful, equally sexy, and equally amazing lit Ty. Already know what time it is. Now let's go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now guys, the F3 in the UK has come back for another spill, and I can't believe it, but DUTCHAVELLI is the topic of conversation once again, because it seems his most recent Punani conquest, Catalia Hennessy, has done a tell-all interview exposing everything. I'm not gonna break it all down in way more detail. We already know what you gotta do. You just gotta like, comment, subscribe if you're up to date. If I'm drop a banger like this one, and hit that note because you're in the so you can be the first to know when one of these videos comes out. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, if you didn't already know, Catalia Hennessy, who is the 18-year-old girl who claimed DUTCHAVELLI got her pregnant, forced her to have an abortion, and domestically abused her, went on to the Unleashed podcast on the 14th of October to basically expose her whole situation with DUTCHAVELLI and give us all the tea, as girls be saying these days. I gotta be honest with you guys, this was a very painful watch. It was 30 minutes of my life that I'm never getting back, but I do it all for you guys, you know? And the money, of course. And big props to the Unleashed podcast, because I'm not gonna lie, while I was watching this, they were asking all the right questions. The interview basically starts out like the first day of year 12. Girls are flying compliments left, right, and centre. Oh my god, babes, I love your freckles, I love your hair, blah, blah, blah.
OMG, you listen to that?
And they were asking her what her type is, and she said her type was bad boys with a good heart or something like that, but apparently DUTCHAVELLI has ruined that for her.
I can tell you're a very good liar.
Catalia said that she first met Dutch on Instagram. She apparently came across his IG, thought he was good looking, you know, the usual spiel.
She want me bad.
And then she tagged him in one of her stories, which he responded to. And then Valentine's Day came around and she messaged him saying, why haven't you got me any flowers?
I don't give girl flowers. I'll give you good wood though.
And then I guess Dutch saw this as the green light to Clark, so he said, let's go on a date. They went out for dinner, he got her flowers, and then Dutch gave her the Charles Dickens.
And she wanna take this BBC and I ain't talking about one extra.
And you know, she said the usual stuff that every girl says, how Dutch was so nice in the beginning. He brought her to his old hood. He introduced him to her brother, her manager. So she thought everything was sweet. He was sweet talking her. He was doing the most, saying all the right things. And then it took a turn for the worst. Now, of course, the main cause of concern around this situation was her age, and Catalia clarified that she started dating Dutch at the start of this year. She's currently 18 and she's turning 19 at the end of this month. So Dutch did meet her when she was 18. Legal, yes. Morally right?
I think not.
Probably not. I'll let you lot argue about that in the comment section. She also claimed that she didn't know anything about the DUTCHAVELLI allegations. She didn't know about how people think Dutch is chatting to prom queens. Basically, all the things that you'd find out from a simple Google search, which she didn't do.
It's like she's 5.
Which I find to be a bit crazy, because if someone, you know, that you saw on IG had a blue check mark, wouldn't the first thing you do is Google them to see who they are and whatever? I don't know.
I don't know.
That maybe that's just me. A lot of people's IQ is not at my level. Do you know what I mean?
100,000 for the cheapest ring on a nigga finger, little bitch.
She then clarified the whole typo thing during the whole TikTok saga, claiming that the reason why she lied about her age on TikTok, if you don't know, in the TikTok it said she was 18 and then she said that was a typo, that she's actually 20, and she claimed that she put 18 in the TikTok, but then because of how everyone thinks DUTCHAVELLI is Dutch R. Kelly, and that they were mainly focused on the fact that Dutch was dealing with a teenager again and not on the fact that he was abusing her. So she changed her age to 20 so that people would focus on the abuse and not her age, which is what she really wanted. Which, you know, if that's true, I guess that kind of makes sense. Then continued by saying that Dutch never even asked her how old she was.
What? What are you talking about?
And that the only way he found out how old she was because they were both buying Hennessy at the shop in the Netherlands and the shopkeeper asked them for their ID. Now Dutch, in the words of 6ix9ine,
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
like, Dutch, what is this guy doing? You could have been riding around with a 16-year-old and you wouldn't have even known. You didn't even ask. If I was in Dutch's situation, I'd be checking IDs before we even link up. You'd have to send me your driver's license through the DM on some Olivia Rodrigo shit. Like, what do you mean? You know, this is assuming that her story's true. Like, this is all alleged, of course. If that story is true, DUTCHAVELLI is living life on the edge. She then discussed the bit where Dutch's sisters were saying that she told them that she was 22 and she said this was cap, and that she was on the phone to Dutch's sister Shamara and she told her on the phone that she's 18, and apparently she said something like, oh, you're only 1 year younger than me or something like that, and the sister said that's calm. And apparently the other sister said that she told them that she was 24, so they didn't even get their story straight when they were lying, according to Catalia, of course. This is all alleged. He was then asked about the pregnancy and claimed that as her and Dutch got more comfortable doing the dance with no pants, they stopped using protection and DUTCHAVELLI was giving her the Charles Dickens raw deezy.
She gon' get some dicks tonight.
Shooting up the club like that guy in the background of the Biggie Big Papa song. And I guess Dutch really did see it.
Some ladies tonight that should be having my baby.
And apparently Dutch was even making jokes saying they were gonna have Blasian babies if he kept piping her raw, so he kind of knew what he was getting himself into, I'm not gonna lie. He then went on to say that DUTCHAVELLI's sister has admitted that she knows what DUTCHAVELLI does. Catalia said, and I'm paraphrasing here, she's not the only one who he's physically attacked. So allegedly, DUTCHAVELLI's sister has said that she knows that Dutch usually beats up girls.
Bonkers.
The Catalia girl said that this was even affirmed to her because one day Dutch and his brother got into a fight and then Dutch's brother tried moving to her.
I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Literally, bros before hoes was not being followed here, and he tried to move to her by telling her the family tea, I guess is the only way to put it. I don't know if that's, you know, how that's a good strategy to move to a girl, telling her the family tea, but then again, one walk through Camden and you'll see some crazy strategies that man them are employing to move to things nowadays. Some obviously way more successful than others. They of course then asked her, you know, why she posted the video in the first place, what she hoped to gain from it, and she basically said it was because she was pissed off that no one in the family comforted her after she had the miscarriage, no one helped her out, no one made her feel better, the whole family acted like everything was calm and that nothing had happened, and that she just wanted to get them back in blood, basically. Period blood, in this case.
You're taking the piss. Please leave.
He was then asked about the VNs that came out where that tiny guy who I've mentioned in previous videos was asking her to make up a story about piping Dutch with a strap on, and she said that Tiny DM'd her claiming that he was trying to make a pregnancy video, documentary, sorry, and he wanted to hear her story on it, but she found out after talking to him for a while that he was really trying to take down DUTCHAVELLI. You can go watch the video I made on that because it breaks it down in way more detail. And she also said that she was gonna get paid 10k, that's right, 10,000 smackaroons to lie on DUTCHAVELLI, as Tiny was gonna sell her story to the newspaper, but of course she wasn't with it. She of course saw the benefit in her story being in the newspaper because then that would mean mass exposure and mass coverage and holding the family accountable, which is what she wanted. But apparently Tiny or the newspaper was saying that in order to make the story newsworthy, that she had to add on stuff to what she was already saying, because the newspaper kind of wanted an exclusive story. And you know how the stories get more exclusive than you saying that you that you piped him with a strap on. You don't get any more exclusive than that.
Dog, I ain't too sure that joke works, dog. Oh, shit.
And then of course asked her about the domestic abuse situation, and she said the reason why DUTCHAVELLI attacked her and put his hands on her was because her male friend called her and she picked up the phone and was like, hey, and blah blah blah. And then apparently DUTCHAVELLI said that's a violation. You know, that's kind of stuff we already know anyway, so I don't need to go into that too much. She also touched on the point where DUTCHAVELLI responded to her initial TikTok and said that yeah, he did make her get an abortion because she was doing balloons and sending snaps of him doing balloons. She said that that's all cap.
Cap.
She said the first time that she did balloons was when she sent the voice note to Dutch.
Why these niggas capping so hard?
And she also said that she never sent him snaps of her doing balloons because she didn't even have him on Snap because they were, you know, beefing each other at that point. So she'd blocked him or removed him or one of the two. And she said apparently Dutch said to her she needs to be more exclusive if she wants to F with a boss like him.
Hey.
I can't lie to you, I'm going to start using that line. I can't lie, I'm using that line on the breezies now. I can't lie, darling. You gotta be a bit more exclusive if you want to F with a boss like me. Do you get it?
You're a donut. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. You're stupid. Dumb.
He even went on to say that DUTCHAVELLI had a big D, but he didn't know how to use it. And at this point, I'm thinking, like, this interview has turned into the casting couch. Like, am I watching the Bang Bus? Like, what is going on? It was at this point that I chose to, you know, bow out of the interview because I think I gathered all the intel that I needed. Yeah, I do not need to know if that thang is thanging or whatever they say on the internet these days.
I just like
Honestly, yeah, as I said, an absolute pain to sit through. I can't believe I watched this for you guys. I'm honestly sick of hearing about this girl and this story. I hope she's not going to be doing the rounds and doing multiple interviews. What I will say is, why hasn't she gone to the police? You know, I'm a part-time driller, so I never advocate for snitching to the federales. But this girl, she looks like a civilian, so I have to undercut my roadman principles and say, why hasn't she taken this story to the people who would deal with it properly? She said she was mad that the family was acting like nothing happened and that no one's holding them accountable, but why not take it to the authorities who have the most power to hold them accountable? Like, what are people on the internet really gonna do? All they're gonna do is just either clown you or send you some comforting messages like, oh my gosh, I love your freckles and all that BS. Like, I can't lie, Dutch is already cancelled. You bringing it to the internet, I mean, what's that gonna do? Get even more cancelled? I don't know. It's just not making sense, you know? It just seems like everyone involved in this story needs a lot of guidance in their life. Dutch, at this point, as I said, shouldn't be dealing with girls who are under the age of 25 because it just looks like they're just bringing him a lot of problems. You know, maybe that's too harsh. Maybe not under the age of 20, but I don't know, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm just trying to eliminate the risk of him getting caught up in a situation, do you know what I mean?
$100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch.
You know, this girl just looks like she also needs some extreme guidance in her life. Her parents are in another country. She's basically on her own. She said her sister's pretty much a fully religious type of girl, so she couldn't be coming to her sister with all this haram.
And that's facts, no printer.
Like, she couldn't be telling her sister that she got pregnant, like, out of wedlock with some random driller who's, like, it's just all not looking good, bruv. You know, she's on her own, she's making stupid decisions. I mean, she was ready to have a kid for a guy she'd known for less than 6 months. Like, what has the world come to? What has the world come to?
What have we done to the world? Look what we've done.
In the words of my boy Heady One,
It's a bit of a sticky one still.
Let me know if you about this in the comment section down below. What do you think of this whole situation between this girl and DUTCHAVELLI? Like, do you think what she's saying is true? Do you think it's cap? Who do you think is the wronged party in this situation? Of course, I'm going to leave a link to the interview with the girl on the Unleashed podcast channel if you want to go watch it for yourself. Shout out to them. Get to subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subs. You know what time it is. You follow my personal IG at the only LiTTyENT. If you care about what I do, I'm not making any bangers for you. I post updates on Twitter as well, so you might as well follow me on there as well. So you do with your life absolutely nothing, mate. Stay black, and if you're not black, stay whatever race you are. I bet. Peace.
Oh, you ain't know I could sing.